We interview everyday people like yourself that uplift and empower, shifting the narrative of news from a traditional negative experience to more impactful.
Can you tell me a little bit about your journey with health and fitness and wellness?
Yeah, so essentially the path all kind of started when I was playing college basketball at Collegiate University. I was going into my junior year and had an ankle injury that I had to have surgery on. And that like set me back and put me in like a weird space mentally. So plus my injury wasn't healing like in the best way possible. So I started to search for alternative methods like for healing. And it started with like meditation and mindfulness and then the food kind of followed after, just learning more about how food affects the body, how could it affect healing. I had changed the way I was training to, to a more functional approach to, help support my healing as well. So it kind of all started at that ankle injury that like sparked this whole journey for me. And it's been growing and developing ever since.
So, what was the connecting piece that brought you from trying to heal yourself and being more in tune with your own health to promoting it amongst other people?
Well, as I had, been exploring it myself, people started to take notice, just like whether it be teammates or classmates. And then once I graduated, other colleagues and friends, whoever was around. And for some reason, I always kept getting the message like, oh, you should show people how to do this, or like, this is really interesting. And I just saw that the appeal and the draw that, plant-based eating and, holistic wellness had like amongst just regular people. And I thought it'd be a good idea to, maybe show that in some way. I didn't know how at the time, but ultimately I was working at a production company right out of college, and there was a videographer guy there who was like, you need to show people how you're doing this. Like, this is really cool. The food you're making looks so good, whatever. And he's like, I'll shoot this video for you if you make me a meal plan. Like, I want to know how to do this. So a couple of days later, we were in the studio and he shot my first ever YouTube video. And it's been going there ever since. I've just been learning how to do it on my own, and it's been growing and expanding from there. So it's been good.
What has been the response since you've started posting these videos and making your findings public for other people?
Overall, people are, like I said, like people are really take a high level of interest in it. And I'd like to think that it, helps inspire people to make some decisions for themselves. It doesn't even have to be about food, just about on any kind of lifestyle goals they have. I would just hope that they would take from that the positivity, take from that the accountability aspect. And that's what I want to promote overall. It's just like everybody's accountable and everybody has the power to heal themselves, to improve their well-being. And that's what I like to promote. And I've gotten that response since. So it's been really gratifying in that way.
So, can you break down holistic for me? Because a lot of people hear that word and they think that maybe it's strange, or so what's the best way that you can describe like what holistic healing is?
Well, the simplest way to put holistic is a whole picture. So not just one element, so not just your diet, not just your exercise, not just your lifestyle, but all encompassing approach to your well-being. So somebody's diet could be in perfect condition. They could be eating very clean. They could, no processed foods, whatever, but their work environment is not good, and that compromises their mental health in some way. And therefore they're not necessarily fully healthy, So holistic wellness is basically just taking into account all the factors that play into one's lifestyle and optimizing them so you can be the best in whatever case. So that's how I like to think about holistic wellness.
And to shift a little bit, a lot of men don't necessarily get the platform, or they don't take out the time to focus on mental health, whereas they may pay attention to their physical health. So, what do you have to say to men who aren't as open about taking interest in their mental health?
Well, I would say, for anybody, but, especially men in our society, we are not necessarily taught to factor that in when it comes to how we're feeling or what we're thinking about, or how that contributes to our life in any way. So it's all in the conditioning, but ultimately, I would just implore anybody that, like, we're all human and we all experience things. They all affect us differently. And it's our job to be aware of that so that we can know how to move forward in our lives in a positive way and create what we want to. So it's just as important as how many reps you can do on bench press, or how clean you're eating and all that good stuff. So it's just as important, if not more.
Tell me a little bit about some challenges and some successes that you've seen since you've started all the way up until now.
Um, the challenges have been, before this, I wasn't necessarily like the most like outgoing guy, or I'm still not really the most outgoing guy, but just putting myself out there, like in the public eye, and like sharing myself in that way as an individual. I mean, I had done it previously as an athlete, but it's kind of different. You have a team and a sport and all that kind of stuff. But me just putting myself and my lifestyle, the way I live and the way I approach things out there for people to consume, it was a little scary, like at first, and I had to adjust to that. But um, then within that, seeing the response, it helped me, like just understand that there is power in it, and that there is an audience for it, and that it's worthy of, being put out there. So in that way, it's been really gratifying. And then another challenge has just been like, just adjusting to the world of social media, how it all works, how, if your engagement or followers or all that stuff fluctuates, or if somebody comments something that is like not like that's not nice or whatever on something that you care really deeply about or something like that. Just all those little nuance aspects of being like a figure on social media, I guess you could say. It's all been an adjustment, and I'm still learning a lot about it. So just navigating that. And then as far as like some successes, it's like I said before, just seeing the response, seeing how many people actually, take interest in this and find value in the content, find value in different perspectives. And, seeing when somebody tags me on a dish that I made and they recreated it themselves, and they'd say like how much my page has helped them transition or whatever. And it's like, that's all I could ever want. So, big pictures, like those successes are like definitely outweigh everything else.
And where do you hope that, because I mean, your journey has already taken you from an athlete to here. So where are you hoping to go from here as you continue to build and expand?
Well, moving forward, I hope to continue to like, just continue to be a figure in this space, continue to be a personality in this space, provide a perspective that hasn't necessarily been shown on, the highest level. I just want to continue to spread the message and the vibes and all that stuff to as many people as I can. So just continue to grow the platform, find new opportunities in media to, expand and share the message. So that's all I hope to do at this point.
And aside from seeing the responses and even like what you get out of it yourself, what's one of your favorite parts about what you do on a daily basis?
I guess one of the best parts about it is that I get to like be creative all the time, and have that be, linked directly to like my livelihood. And that makes it easier to do, and it gives me even more motivation to keep being creative and to keep looking for things. And so it's really fun in that aspect. Like if you would have asked me maybe like a year or 2 years ago about all the dishes that I've made, or all the perspectives I put online, or all the workouts I've done, I probably wouldn't have been able to tell you that like I would be doing that. And looking back, there's a library of things now that I've created over time, and I'm just grateful to know that like all that has come through, and it's been really exciting to just experience along the way. So definitely.
So as I looked through your Instagram as I was preparing to get through this interview, I saw there's recipes, there's like yoga, there's fitness. So what is your favorite part of all of that? And then how do you go about sharing these things? How do you know what you want to share?
Well, I mean, early on, I was clear about, like, I know people enjoyed the food, and that is one of my favorite things to share and create, because I mean, who doesn't love food? Who doesn't love to eat, right? You know, so I love that. But I didn't want it to just be about the food and just about being like vegan food. You know, I didn't want it to be one dimensional in that way and what I wanted to share, because the way I discovered, you know, my journey to wellness and all that kind of stuff, it wasn't even through food initially. You know, it was through, you know, meditation and mindfulness and, you know, the spirituality, if you will. So I understood like early on that this is like it's a holistic approach. It's an all-encompassing experience. So I wanted to share, I wanted to be clear on sharing that as well to people. And just, you know, it helps grab as many people as possible, because somebody may come for the food, but then they see the fitness stuff and they're like, oh, this is cool, I like this, or vice versa. So you know, I was really intent on just keeping like those three pillars. I like to call it the three pillars of like my kind of lifestyle, which is like, you know, healthy eating, being mindful, and, you know, meditating, spiritual, all that kind of stuff, and then training, or just exercising, working out, moving consistently. Like those are the three pillars. So I knew I wanted to build my page around that. It took some time to like actually, you know, actualize it, but now it's, you know, it's coming into fruition pretty well. So I'm really happy about that.
What keeps you consistent? Because eating right, going to the gym every day, even doing a workout in your living room, it's not easy to keep up with every day. So what keeps you on the right track?
Well, I mean, I guess I have a unique experience in that I was like, you know, an athlete for most of my life and played college basketball and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that kind of discipline has been instilled in me from like early on, and especially on the physical side, you know, as far as working out and things like that. Um, and that it was just always something I knew I never wanted to compromise. And once and just as a person, I feel like once I know what I want to achieve, like I'll, you know, I'm on it, I'm consistent, I'll, you know, grind it out, all that kind of thing. So like it's just in my nature, I guess you could say. But ultimately, beyond all that, it's a decision. It's just like as a person, like I knew what I wanted for my life. I knew I wanted to live a certain quality of life. I knew that I wanted to live a certain way. And I understood, you know, the steps and what I had to do to achieve that. So the decision to live a certain way just prompted all the consistency, prompted the, you know, prompted all the creativity. So it's just all about what you want to create for yourself, and the rest follows, and it should be easy, you know.
So what is something that you would have to say if someone wants to start to change their lifestyle? Maybe they're not sure where to start, but what advice would you give them?
Well, I always ask people, just like, well, why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to eat better? Like, why do you want to work out more? Or what's your goal in this? You have to, it's a phrase I say, like find your why, you know what I'm saying? So like, why do you want to do what you do? Because that's what is going to anchor you in all the decisions, and you're like in your journey. Like I knew I wanted to, go down this path because I wanted to heal in alternative ways. And once I started to see the power of it, everything followed, and it becomes easy, and it just becomes a snowball effect. So once you understand your intention, once you understand why you want to do something, it makes it a lot easier to follow and to stay consistent with.
So about social media, because your main platform is on social media, how does it make you feel knowing that the same platform that's brought you so much success is also something that can be part of your detriment? Because social media provides people with false images almost, and people get insecure or they get discouraged. So how do you kind of combat that?
In relation to me personally?
Yes, like does that affect you at all? Or
Oh yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're being exposed to other people's lives like all the time, and like you said, it's you're seeing like the best version of whoever it is, or whatever's going on. But and I'd be lying to say like if at one point that never ever like affected me, but you know, like we're all human, and I'm sure that all affects us on some level. So yeah, I've definitely had my experiences with that. But overall, like just staying centered in the fact that, like, you know, it is just, it's just for the platform, you know. I mean, not to say that anybody's like lying or anything, because maybe this is a really cool moment, or really maybe this is a fun thing that they did, but there's more to life than, you know, what's shown online and what's shown on somebody's page or whatever. And I think that's something we all have to constantly remind ourselves of, is, you know, there's more to the human experience than, you know, 100 posts on somebody's page. So I've definitely had my, you know, grapples with it, but moreover, I just stay centered in that fact that, you know, there's more to life than just that.
So is this something that you do full time, or do you like have a job and then you do this on the side? Or
Well, as of lately, it's been since the pandemic, it has been full time, and it's been really cool in that way, because I don't know if I would be where I am now if I hadn't had that time to really focus on it. There was inklings of starting it like beforehand, but looking back, I don't know where I would have found the time or energy to like do everything that I am doing now. So, and it's gotten to a point where, you know, I can, you know, support myself in a pretty solid way. So, you know, I'm excited about that. I'm just excited to keep growing it and going from here. So yeah.
how was it taking the leap of faith? Because that's what a lot of people had to do when the pandemic started, and
Yeah.
just dive right into it. So how was that for you?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, like right before the pandemic hit, like it was just starting. Like I had just put out my first couple YouTube videos and started sharing stuff on my Instagram. So it had kind of like just started right before, and then as the pandemic was, you know, unfolding, like it just gave me more time to like think on everything and just get more into it. But you know, aside from all that, luckily, like I had support from my parents and like and family around to like, you know, like keep me afloat during that time and continue to support me. So like that has been probably like the biggest factor in it all. And probably the biggest reason why I've been able to focus so much on it. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
Well, since you participate in holistic healing and it's literally in all aspects of your life, what else do you do like for fun or just to take a break?
Yeah. Also, like I'm a really chill guy overall. Like I'm a homebody, so I just like to just chill. Like I play video games, watch TV and movies, hang with family, and you know, go outside. Like go take hikes, go in nature, go to the beach. You know, very chill things. I'm not. You know, it doesn't take a lot for me to like be, you know, satisfied. So I just like to chill most of the time. And then, you know, obviously all the things that I do and share online are aspects of my lifestyle as well. And that's the beauty of it, is that it all comes together like symbiotically. It's all part of the same thing. So all those things factor into it as well. So I love to cook and all that stuff as well. So it's been really it's really good to have all that balance.
This is more of a personal question, like about yourself, but do have you ever gotten like any comments about you seem very much like what you see is very much what you get? Has anybody ever told you that?
What you see is what you get. I don't know. I've gotten a lot of mixed, you know, perspectives on that. A lot of people, I think more often people think I'm like less friendly or less approachable than maybe I really am. I don't know. Cause I don't know, like I don't know. I don't know what it is about the energy, but people seem to feel like, I don't know, maybe it's less of that than it actually is. But I think once people get to know me, I think they arrive at that conclusion that you just made, and it's good. So I don't know.
Just in my looking at your page, I just feel like the person that I saw is the person that I'm talking to. Like there's no in between. It doesn't
Uh,
seem like I'm getting something different. So, but that's a good thing.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, I
so
appreciate that. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, what is something that you want reader to take away from this story whenever it is published?
Um, I just like whoever's reading this to know that we all have the power to heal ourselves. You have the power to heal yourself. You have the power to change whatever aspect it is in your life that you are looking to change, um, and it's all out there. It's all available to you, and you just got to be willing to put in the work. So, but it's all out there, and everything's available to us in any form that we desire. So get clear on what you want to create, and the rest will unfold for you.
Is there anything about yourself or that and what you do that you would like to be out there that you want people to know?
I'm sorry, rephrase the question.
Is there anything that you want people to know that I haven't touched on or that I haven't covered?
Oh no, I mean, I think we covered it all. I think, like I said, the biggest part is just people being clear on what they want to create and going after it and having things unfold from there, and understanding that they have the power to do.
Thank you for listening. Continue to listen and support our journalism. Continue to WeINSPIRE and support our journalism. Hit us up on all our social media for daily inspiration. Hit us up on all our social media for daily inspiration. Nothing but the good news.